In the last episode, I returned from Amsterdam and picked up the Dodge Mahal in California. I spent a couple days hanging out with my brother and his family and headed back to Arizona. When passing over the Colorado River, I spotted a sweet access area to the river right off the highway and had to check it out. That's when things got interesting. This is so cool. We're right next to the river and we're gonna just find a good spot to chill here. This is why we have a four-wheel drive camper, so we to just explore and go where we like. Look at this. Oh, hey, Five. So just chatting with Fife while we're by the river. Just vlogging, driving, and Skyping.
No big deal.
No, it's gonna be a deal.
It's so hard to keep track of everything. For a second, I thought
Dude, this is so cool, Fife. Look at this. This is what I get. This is what I get, Fife. I'm not stuck. I'll be fine, but Fife's gonna watch our recovery. Right there. Recovery or... Alright, I'm just gonna put some Max Tracks right here because that'll be easy peasy. Maybe that's the issue. The front axle isn't engaged. As you can see, my front wheels haven't been turning at all, and my four-wheel drive will not engage. Not a fun thing when you have a 10,000-pound vehicle on the side of a sandbank. Well, let's keep at it. No, don't go that way. I thought if I went a little higher up on the bank it would make things easier, but not so much. Then it took me about 20 minutes just to find one of my Max Tracks. I had buried it completely in the sand. I really gotta tie a rope onto this thing next time. This is insane, the Max Tracks is stuck. All right, we got this far. This Max Tracks is stuck. I just had to dig like 3 or 4 holes to even find it. And I can barely see it. This is so silly. It's terrible. Hopefully it's last time. All right, let's get out of here. After about an hour and a half of this shenanigans, a friendly trucker and his pup showed up to help dig some Max Tracks and get me out. At this point, I was so close to self-recovery that I could taste it. A little bit of help was nice, but then some real help showed up, in the form of a 4x4 truck. He was also only about 8 inches from completely running over my camera, so that was a close call too. He offered to give me a quick tug out, and as much as I wanted to take it, I was a bit hesitant because like I said, I was so close to self-recovery. I told him, let me try just one more time, and if I don't get it, then I'd be happy to take his help. I was hungry, tired, and dehydrated, so I swallowed my pride and hooked up the tow strap to get a quick tug out. So there's the truck, and here's the carnage. I literally made all the classic mistakes in this scenario. Bad hair, first of all. No, just kidding. I was talking to Fife, as you guys saw, when we got stuck. That's why I got stuck. So I wasn't looking where I was going. I wasn't paying attention. And I'm so used to being in the Jeep and just being able to go anywhere. And I pulled up, you know, over here, and I thought nothing of it. And so, like, let's check this out. At first, I wasn't very stuck, and things just progressively got a lot worse. And then Daniel came up, and then the other guy came up to help tug me out. So that was really fun that they were helping me out. But so check it out. This is where I was first stuck. Just right here. Just dug this like kind of little hole, not too big, not too crazy. And then backed up, right? So not too bad. But then I got back here. When I got back here, it got really loose. Like deep rut loose. We were digging holes like this. Just massive, massive holes. The other thing that sucks, I kind of messed my MaxTrax up. Like, I kind of like totally screwed them up. Those are supposed to look like this. So yeah, anyways, now I can finally relax here. This is a beautiful spot though. Very tempted to just stay here, blow up the paddleboard, and do some paddleboarding in the morning. So what I'm gonna do, hang out, drink some water, sit down, and think about that. Think if I wanna stay here or go home tonight. While I was hanging out by the river, debating my next move, an overland kitted Jeep JK rolled up. I showed them my ruts, and we shared a beer and had a good laugh, swapped some overland stories. But it was really fun to meet some cool people I could laugh about it with, and also some people that would help me along the way. I made a lot of silly mistakes during this whole debacle that were easily avoidable. It's so windy right now. Sorry about the wind. I was talking on the phone. Obviously dumb. I was trying to get next to the river and get this door right next to the river so I could get a really cool shot for the video. I'm not gonna lie. Also, I should say this was my first time using MaxTrax. I learned a big lesson there. They always say you want to idle out. Well, you really do want to idle out. I tore apart my MaxTrax, so that's too bad. Also, really wish I had lockers in this rig, but what I think I might do in the future is a Dynatrac, TrueTrac differentials in the front and rear, so that, you know, I kind of get that posi-track effect. The main thing though is that I didn't stop and take a second to plan out my recovery. There was really no time-sensitive issue other than the sun going down and being near water. Even though it was a river, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking when you're really close to the water. So those were kind of the things that made me a little bit more panicky than usual. But even then, I could have saved myself a lot of time with a more solid plan. I just angrily sunk my truck over and over. It truly is a different ball game wheeling a 10,000-pound truck versus my little Jeep. In the video, it had 33-inch all-terrains. Now it has 35-inch Toyo open country mud terrains that would work a lot better in this sandy situation. But I plan on wheeling this thing a lot harder. So be sure to hit that subscribe so you don't miss any of the action. The only question is, are you down to mob? Seriously though, thanks for watching.